Well, good night. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. Tonight, it's around 7 o'clock, and I just want to do this video. I really enjoy waking up between 3 and 4 and posting a video. So always try to have one ready. So I'm just trying to get through this one. And what I want to show you this evening is finishing your necklines and armholes. Now, whenever you are sewing a garment, it is the neckline and the armhole that tends to take a lot more to finish if you're doing a simple design. If it's a skirt or a jacket, you stitch down the bottom and you finish the hemline. But for the jacket and the dress, it requires finishing the neckline and the armhole. In this case, we're considering a sleeve in this armhole, so we're just going to focus on the back and the front neckline. And I've shown you how you can change your neckline from a round neckline to any design you want. This is just the basic. Okay, so let's get ahead. So there are 3 finishes to our neckline. We have the collar, we have the facing, and we have the bias binding. So most of the times that's how the neckline is being finished. So today I'll be showing you how to cut your facing and how to do facing application. Okay, so that's what we'll be focusing on this evening. So here I have the V neckline, and as you can see, it's V. So you'd get your fabric and you would fold it in 2, and you place your neckline, lining it up with the center of the fabric. It should be aligned with the center of the fabric. Some of my students thought they had to do that because it's V. No, you don't have to do that. You place it like this, center the front that way. Okay, and I won't bother to cut it, to mark it. I will just cut it. So you want to ensure that it's pretty accurate because it's the facing. It should be neat, it should be flat when you're through with it. So let's get ahead, and I will just cut it like this. So that's for the V neckline. The facing should be at least 2.5 inches wide, 1/2 inch for the allowance, and then 2 inches should be left. How do you achieve that? You achieve that by measuring like this, straight down, and then you mark it if you want to, or you just cut it. This is a squared neckline, and you just get your fabric, you center it, the center here, fold the fabric in 2, place it on, place the blouse or the jacket on top, and you cut it like this. You want to cut it like this and shape the top there, and you want to continue by marking off the 2.5. First you start here, 2.5. I don't have enough fabric, so I'm just going to be doing it like this. And then when it comes to the side, it's just the same. All right, so that's how you get to mark off the 2.5 inch, and for here it would be like that. So that is it. Open the fabric to the right side, place the facing right side to the right side of the garment. I know for some beginners they're intimidated because I used to be that way. Even though my mother was a dressmaker, she didn't want to show me anything. So she would even hide the machine, lock the machine in her room, and wouldn't allow me to use it. And I was in fashion. I wanted a new dress every week. First when I started doing holiday jobs, you know, I wanted a new dress every week. So she didn't want to show me anything. So some things I had to figure out for myself. So I want to show you. You're going to stitch along here, pivot the needle, pivot the fabric, stop the needle, turn the fabric, and stitch along here. Continue with your 1/2 inch and stop the needle again, pivot the fabric and stitch. Then you want to slit here like you do with the V, and slit here. Don't cut the point there, all right, just go as close as possible. And so that is how you stitch it. You're now going to turn it over, and when it is stitched on that side, you want to give it an edge stitch right around on the outside. All right, so that is when you're through with it. So the first thing you would do once you finish cutting the garment, let's have a talk. The first thing you would do once you finish cutting the garment and you're ready to assemble the garment is that you're going to cut the facing. The next step is to add your darts into each individual pieces or each unit. Now we have 3 units to a jacket and 3 units to a dress. So you have the front, which is 1 unit, and you have the back, which is 2 units. So after you put the dart in all 3 units, the next step is to add the facing. It's much easier when you do it this way. Next step, sometimes you want to jump that step and do something before, but I am telling you the best way to do it. So after you finish doing that, the next step, putting on the facing, so consider this to be the back of the blouse or the back of the dress. So I've cut the facing. This one is round, and you saw how I did it, and as I said, 2.5 inch for this. Now the zipper will be in the back of the blouse here, so therefore the facing has to be 2 pieces at the back. So that is how you do it. You now open the blouse. So this is how it's gonna be. So the zipper would be here, but before you put in the zipper, you want to put on the facing. So you turn back this and you place the facing like this, and you stitch right along here. Continue with the 1/2 inch stitching that is on the front facing. So you stitch right along here. Stitch right along, you turn it over, and now you have the edges. You have to give it that little edge stitch right on the edge, not over on this side, but on the facing. A little edge stitch right around to that end, and maybe one day I'll show you how the edge stitch is done. So I will continue this. This is part 1. So I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the night, and thank you for watching, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.